Welcome to our countdown, a journey into the heart of darkness where we'll confront the shadows of history. These are not tales for the faint of heart, but stories that demand to be told. We will delve into the lives of the top 10 most evil leaders in history, individuals whose ambition and ruthlessness left an indelible mark on the world. These individuals have left a dark mark on the world with their actions, forever shaping the course of human events. In the heart of Europe, a continent still reeling from the scars of the First World War, a new darkness was brewing. Adolf Hitler, a charismatic orator fueled by a venomous ideology, rose to power in Germany. His Nazi regime, with its chilling efficiency, plunged the world into another global conflict, a conflict that would claim the lives of millions. But beyond the battlefields, a more insidious horror was unfolding: the Holocaust. A systematic campaign of extermination fueled by hate and blind obedience, aimed at the annihilation of an entire people. The gas chambers of Auschwitz, Treblinka and Sobibor stand as chilling testaments to the depths of human depravity unleashed by this regime. From the frozen plains of Russia, another figure cast a long and terrifying shadow across the 20th century. Joseph Stalin. A man of steel, they called him, and indeed his grip on power was unyielding. Under his totalitarian rule, the Soviet Union was transformed into a vast industrial machine, but at a horrifying cost. The Great Purge, a campaign of political terror, consumed millions of lives, swallowing up anyone deemed a threat to Stalin's absolute authority. The Gulag, a vast network of forced labor camps, became synonymous with suffering and death. Millions perished in these frozen wastelands, victims of starvation, disease, and the crushing weight of a regime that had lost its humanity. In the vast expanse of China, a revolution was underway, led by the enigmatic figure of Mao Zedong. Promising a new era of prosperity and equality, Mao's communist regime embarked on a series of radical social and economic experiments. The Great Leap Forward, intended to transform China into an agricultural superpower, instead triggered one of the deadliest famines in human history. Tens of millions perished as a result of this catastrophic miscalculation. The Cultural Revolution, Mao's attempt to reassert his authority, unleashed a wave of violence and chaos that tore apart the fabric of Chinese society. Chapter 4: Pol Pot, the Killing Fields of Cambodia. In the jungles of Southeast Asia, a nightmare was unfolding in the killing fields of Cambodia. Under the rule of Pol Pot and his fanatical Khmer Rouge regime, an entire nation was held captive to a twisted ideology. In their quest to create an agrarian utopia, the Khmer Rouge emptied the cities, driving millions into the countryside to work in brutal slave labor camps. Intellectuals, artists, anyone deemed an enemy of the revolution, were systematically eliminated. In just 4 short years, an estimated 2 million Cambodians perished, victims of execution, starvation, disease, and overwork. Chapter 5: Idi Amin, the Butcher of Uganda. From the heart of Africa, a continent scarred by colonialism, arose a dictator whose brutality shocked even the most hardened observers. Idi Amin, the self-proclaimed conqueror of the British Empire, ruled Uganda with an iron fist. His reign was a carnival of madness marked by paranoia, ethnic cleansing, and unspeakable acts of cruelty. Hundreds of thousands of Ugandans, accused of disloyalty or belonging to the wrong tribe, were murdered by Amin's death squads. The economy collapsed, the infrastructure crumbled, and Uganda descended into a nightmare of violence and terror. Chapter 6: Saddam Hussein, the Tyrant of the Tigris. In the oil-rich lands of Iraq, Saddam Hussein rose to power, a ruthless dictator who ruled through fear and intimidation. His brutal regime waged war on its neighbors, unleashed chemical weapons on its own people, and committed atrocities that shocked the conscience of the world. The Anfal campaign, a systematic genocide against the Kurdish people, left tens of thousands dead and countless others displaced. Saddam's legacy is one of tyranny, violence, and a stark reminder of the human capacity for evil. In the isolated and secretive state of North Korea, Kim Jong-il inherited his father's iron grip on power. Under his rule, North Korea became a hermetically sealed nation, cut off from the outside world and shrouded in mystery. Kim Jong-il's regime maintained its grip on power through a pervasive cult of personality, absolute control over the media, and a vast network of prisons and labor camps. Human rights abuses were rampant, with reports of torture, starvation, and executions filtering out from the Hermit kingdom. In the heart of Africa, a vast and resource-rich territory known as the Congo Free State became the personal fiefdom of King Leopold II of Belgium. Under the guise of philanthropy and progress, Leopold unleashed a reign of terror that would leave an indelible stain on the continent. Driven by an insatiable greed for rubber, Leopold's agents exploited the Congolese people with unimaginable cruelty. Forced labor, torture and mutilation were commonplace as Leopold's regime extracted its bloody profits from the land. Millions of Congolese perished under this brutal system of exploitation, their deaths a testament to the greed and inhumanity of colonial rule. From the depths of medieval history emerges the chilling figure of Vlad III, better known as Vlad the Impaler. This Wallachian prince, who ruled in what is now Romania, was renowned for his cruelty and his penchant for impalement, a gruesome form of execution that became his terrifying trademark. Vlad's reign was a blood-soaked spectacle of violence and terror, his cruelty a means of instilling fear in his enemies and consolidating his power. While his legend may be shrouded in myth and exaggeration, there is no doubt that Vlad the Impaler was a ruler who understood the power of fear. In the vast and unforgiving realm of Russia, Ivan IV, known as Ivan the Terrible, ascended to the throne, his reign marked by a descent into madness and paranoia. Ivan's paranoia and instability led him to unleash a reign of terror upon Russia, his oprichnina, a secret police force spreading fear and death throughout the land. Nobles were executed, their lands confiscated, and entire towns were put to the sword on the slightest suspicion of disloyalty. Ivan's reign left an indelible mark on Russian history, a cautionary tale of power's corrupting influence and the depths of human cruelty. Thank you for watching our countdown of the top 10 most evil leaders in history. Their stories serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for human cruelty. By remembering these dark chapters, we strive to learn from the past and to create a future where such horrors are never repeated. Remember to like, share and subscribe for more informative content.